Welcome to Tales of the Lesser Medium, a podcast that pokes fun at video game narratives. I'm your narrator, Caleb J. Ross, and I'm joined by my co-host...
I didn't even want to be here today. My mom made me clean my room before I came, and then she told me I couldn't hang out with you past 10. I hate her.
Yes, and that was my co-host, Travis Terry.
Hi.
I hope he does voices this time instead of that. As always, we'll be taking you through our favorite video game franchise narratives, interjecting with all sorts of hilarity along the way to make you laugh and to make us ask, so really though, like, who the fuck is Veronica?
Who?
I don't know.
Is it Veronica's Secret? Is that underwear? I don't know. I don't pay attention.
That's the dollar store version of
Victoria.
Yeah, because this episode, it kicks off a two-parter on Resident Evil Code Veronica X, which picks up after the events of Resident Evil 3. So if you need a refresher on the story to date, dig back through the Tales of the Lesser Medium catalog and listen to the first 3 episodes to get caught up. We'll be here when you get back, but fair warning, I don't think they fucking mention Veronica at all in those.
They don't.
So, yeah.
You won't find out who Veronica is. But you know what, Caleb, it had been a long time. It was like in the throes of COVID when we recorded those first 3 episodes. I went back and I logged it in my head. I've got some quick summaries for everybody.
Oh, good.
Let
Quick.
me catch you. Yeah, I got real quick.
Okay.
So in Resident Evil 1, Chris Redfield and Jill Valentine, they're wandering around a mansion, realize like, whoa, this is more than just a zombie-filled house on the hill. It's got an underground research facility for skeezy pharmaceutical company called Umbrella. And Umbrella seems pretty interested in creating a biohazard weapon. You could see how that could come in useful if you had something bio you wanted to hazard real good. And so they had plans, and they said, let's make a T-virus. That causes anybody who's got it, they're zombies now. Oops, got you, tag you're it. And they do other experiments too, like turning the mansion's owner's daughter into a drooling hell ghoul. And they create a super mutant called Tyrant, no dick. But he's still big. Anyway, it's rough in there. But they kill Tyrant, they blow up the mansion. Okay, now Resident Evil 2. Jill and Chris from the first game, not there. We got Claire, which is Chris's sister, and a rookie cop named Leon Kennedy, no relation to Robert F. And they're stuck in Raccoon City, and that's the same city where that aforementioned mansion is.
Was.
Indeed. Yeah. Getting ahead of me. But yeah, well, no, you're getting behind me because we already blew it up. You're behind me now.
Did you already forget the short spiel that you just told us about?
I did. We blow more stuff up. I was looking forward to that part, but you're right. We did blow up that mansion. And then they got to dodge zombies. And they're like, where the hell did Chris go? He was just here in that house that we blew up. Word on the street, and there's not many of them, but the word on the street, he's out in Europe. You know, sometimes people just go out to Europe. He's just out in Europe. There's more to it. That's all you need to know about that one for today. And then Resident Evil 3, okay? Jill, she's trudging through Raccoon City. Literally the only way to get around that place. You got to trudge, all right? She's trudging alone. It's got to escape before the military has been like, we're pretty much done with that whole area. We're going to blow it up. And so she's like, well, I better get on out of here. She meets some Russian militants. They're pretty fun to portray on this podcast. She hangs out with a hunk named Carlos. Pretty short-lived romance. I liked Carlos. And then she's stalked by a creature named Nemesis who just wanted a hug. And she manages to escape just as a nuclear missile vaporizes the city. So that was fun.
Technically, the creature's name is Edward O'Brien, but you wouldn't know that. Nobody knows that because no one ever asked his name, and instead they just rudely called him Nemesis.
Yeah, well, he's ugly,
Okay.
Sure. That's what you call it, yeah.
I guess. It is a rule. That's what they teach you. They teach you to be nice to people, except ugly people.
Yeah. I mean, if he were better looking, we'd have called him Sweetie and not Nemesis.
Oh, good call.
Anyway.
What's the positive word for, like, what's the cute name for Nemesis? Would you be like, I don't know.
Stocky Pie?
I like
my little Stocky Pie. Anyway, since Resident Evil 1, Chris Redfield, mostly unaccounted for. I say mostly because one person said, I think he went to Europe. And that was enough for Claire to be like, well, I should go to Europe and find him. And so that's where we're at. We're trying to find Chris Redfield in Europe. And now that I'm thinking about it, we probably didn't even need me to recap all 3 games. But, we did.
It was almost quick like you promised, so I think we're good.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's right. Claire, she's the star of a game where she tries to find Chris, but somehow the game has the name Veronica in it. I hope we find out what that's all about. Oh, fingers crossed on that one. So Code Veronica was originally released on the Sega Dreamcast way back in the year 2000. In the year 2000. Yeah, take that, La Bamba. And was then re-released as Code Veronica X on the PlayStation 2 and Nintendo GameCube shortly thereafter. Code Veronica X adds 10 minutes of new cinematic sequences.
And X equals 10 because I do algebra, if you think about it that way.
So this is Code Veronica 10. All right. So these extra 10 minutes, they reveal more about Albert Wesker's involvement with Umbrella. In the end, Code Veronica 10 was considerably larger than the Resident Evil titles preceding it and is remembered for its elaborate story, which means that we here at Tales of the Lesser Medium had our work cut out for us.
And by work, we mean watching a Let's Play, reading a walkthrough, and then complaining about how long and boring that whole process is. That's work.
Well, I like that what we've admitted that the prep for this is boring, and somehow we think that it's entertaining to then be on the receiving end of all of this prep work. All right, write in your letters, listener, if you're still listening to this and are not bored yet. We want to shout out a key resource for putting the script together, the Resident Evil Code Veronica plot analysis put together by Dan Bierlew and Thomas Wild that you can find on GameFAQs.com. Unfortunately, Dan and Thomas didn't survive long after compiling that plot analysis. They died of, well, boredom.
Well, R.I.P., I guess, our fallen heroes. And seriously, if you look back, that document has not been updated since 2006, despite many Resident Evil entries that have followed. So they're dead.
So as Travis mentioned, Claire Redfield is searching for her brother Chris. She heads off to Europe to flip over a few rocks there, to see if he emerges. It had been rumored he'd gone to Europe to meet up with Barry and investigate Umbrella. Claire heads to Europe, but instead of finding her brother, she finds nothing but trouble.
Yeah, and to be fair to her, she was working off some very, very loose details. She literally just heard that Chris went to Europe, an enormous continent full of cities that are absolutely lousy with white people. If there's one thing Europe's known for, it's their whites. And that's all she had to go on. It would be easier to find a needle in a haystack than finding a specific white dude in Europe.
And a white dude named Chris. That seems
there's multiple.
Pretty white.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
There's got to be at least several there. As Resident Evil Code Veronica X opens, we're reminded via on-screen text that the American Midwestern town of Raccoon City has been completely vaporized by a nuclear missile to stop the spread of the T-virus that was instigated by the mysterious international corporation known simply as Umbrella. Ooh. Originally, Claire Redfield arrives in Raccoon City back in Resident Evil 2 to search for her lost brother Chris, but instead meets a rookie police officer named Leon Kennedy, and the two manage to narrowly escape the city. And escaping the city is precisely what the nuclear destruction was meant to prevent. So my guess is that if two people could waltz out of the city, then the T-virus might not have fully been eliminated. I don't know.
Yeah.
Or it has been eliminated. And the forthcoming decade's worth of more Resident Evil games are full of shit. Anyway, our story today kicks off 2 months later in December of 1998 at the Umbrella facility in Paris, which, as I know, is in Europe. We jump right into the middle of some action. Claire has already located the Umbrella facility and is inside the thing, presumably checking. I don't know why I said that all sexily like. I like it. Is inside that thing, presumably checking behind every door for her dear brother when she is discovered by Umbrella guards. She's chased and sprints down a corridor, pistol in hand, and not for some reason. And not okay. I sexified that too much. I
love intermittently horny Caleb, but it is
it's a little distracting. All right. She's chased and sprints down a corridor, pistol in hand, and not for some reason shooting at the guards. I mean, her gun is basically just decoration at this point.
Right, and somehow that's not the last time we'll reference decorative guns in this episode. I'll say this though, decorative guns? That's my favorite kind. Those, and if you can call a t-shirt cannon a gun, because those are neat.
If I decorated a gun, I'd call it the Bedazzler. You know, it ends with a hard ER, so you know it's dangerous, but it also has sort of a jazz handsy kind of feel.
I like that. Or the Bedangzler, because we shoot, it goes dang, dang, dang.
That is the thing guns do that we all know. It makes the sound dang.
I love it. Dang, dang.
Dang. That's a gun that's like slightly broken.
It's a little bummed that it's not a better gun. Or like when you miss, it yells dang. That would be the best.
Yeah, dang.
It's bang if you hit, dang if you miss.
That's the old saying. You're banged if you hit it, danged if you don't. At the end of the hallway, a helicopter rises into view, shining.
Uh-oh.
I know. Helicopters notoriously do very well in these episodes of Tales of the Lesser Medium. So this helicopter rises into view, shining a spotlight directly at her and preparing to fire into the building. Claire turns, dodges the two guards who are hot on her heels, and continues to sprint down the long corridor, while the helicopter gunners use thermal vision to see her through the walls and shoot into the building as she runs. She manages to escape the gunfire safely and runs toward the exits, but finds herself face to face with dozens of armed guards and nowhere to go. Claire puts her hands into the air as if to submit. One hand holds the pistol. She walks slowly toward the guards before noticing a stack of explosives positioned just behind them. Thinking fast, Claire, while still holding the pistol above her head in a submissive pose, lets it go and drops it toward the ground, causing the guards to lower their weapons. But then Claire drops her body to the ground, catches the gun before it lands, somehow going faster than 9.8 meters per second squared. I don't know how that works. And then she fires at one of the explosive canisters in the back of the room. It explodes, as red barrels are wont to do, and sends guards flying like meat confetti.
Yeah, trick as old as time. And if you're those guards, you got to be second-guessing ever having a shootout in a room full of explosives. We see it time and time again here. Guards are so stupid.
Or at least position yourself on the correct side of those explosives if you know they're there. Yeah.
Right?
Claire was also knocked back from the explode. Oh, so it partially worked. And is slow to get up. But when she does, she sees another guard standing over her with a gun pointed at her head. The appropriate place to point a gun at someone who's on the ground. Unfortunately, Claire is out of ammo, and this particular guard seems certain that he is not. Claire is taken prisoner, and a few days later, she's transported to an isolated facility via helicopter with a bag over her head to, prevent her from seeing where they're going.
Yeah, nope.
Oh.
It's actually because the guards, they couldn't take staring at the smug smile on her face from that sweet explosive canister shot from earlier that killed most of their friends. 9.8 meters per second is so fast.
And she was going faster than that. Which is really, really fast. Faster than physically should be capable. I don't know if I really stressed that earlier. That's not how gravity works. Anyway, Claire is assigned a serial number and welcomed to her new home after being cracked over the head with the butt of a rifle and knocked unconscious. She later awakens on the floor of a cell with 3 concrete walls and one made of many iron bars. Yeah, that's definitely prison stuff.
Yeah, and not just any prison, okay? This is a South American prison. And I don't know what it is about fiction, but if you need to send someone off to prison, you send them to a South American prison. It's out of sight. Mm-hmm. It's out of mind. Mm-hmm. And somehow, despite that and its brutal reputation, pretty easy to escape from. You can get out of there pretty easy.
She hears the thuds and feels the shake. Feels the shake of distant explosions from her cell. There must be a war nearby or something.
Must be.
South American prisons. That's where they put them, in the middle of wars. See that they don't need strong bars. There's explosions everywhere. That'll keep you in.
That will. Yeah.
After some time left alone to ponder her new South American prison life, a man clutching his stomach enters the room just outside her bars. His movements seem zombie-like. He doesn't look well. Claire, somehow still in possession of her lighter.
See, South American prison, not all bad. You still get to keep your lighter.
She uses the lighter to see the man's face in the dark. It's the guard who took her prisoner back in Paris. He unlocks her cell and lets her out. Meanwhile, he groans, pulls an empty medicine bottle from his pocket and throws it on the ground in frustration and tells Claire, "It's all over." They've been attacked by some special forces team and there's no chance of getting off the island. Claire asks the man what he plans to do, and he replies simply, "Don't worry about me."
Oh, yeah. Yeah, she was real worried about the guy who took her prisoner and now looks to be suffering from severe bouts of karma diarrhea. Get over yourself, bud.
I do think it's worth calling attention to how cool this guard is to use his final time as a barely still alive guy to meander over to a prisoner cell and let that prisoner out despite his own observation that, quote, it's all over. Meaning to his mind, Claire would die either way. I don't know, maybe he thinks there's a chance for like some adrenaline-fueled prison quickie action.
Ooh, adrenaline-fueled prison quick. I'm going to jot that down. Potential name for this episode. Thank you.
Claire finds, you're welcome, by the way. Claire finds a knife in the room as well as a note that says the man needs, quote, hemostatic medicine.
Wow, that's a convenient note.
On the desk is a manifest that says the man's name is Rodrigo Juan Raval, and he's a member of Umbrella's medical division. He could be handy if kept alive.
Yeah, maybe he can give us all kinds of helpful medicines and herbs to keep us alive. That's a good call. Or maybe, and I don't mean to be looking ahead, he'll just give us some fucking lockpicks to open doors later. You know, things we could still get off him if we killed him. And now because he's clearly a piece of shit. He's working for Umbrella. He done locked us up. Claire, stop being so... Kill this guy.
Claire then leaves the cell block, which opens to a nearby graveyard where it's pouring rain. And to our listeners, rainy graveyards are not the edgiest thing we'll encounter in this game. You just wait.
Are there black-haired, pasty-faced white kids wearing studded chokers from Hot Topic in this graveyard?
About that edgy, yeah. But, you know, just still stick around, okay? Anyway, it doesn't take long for Claire to meet her first zombie. An overturned and exploded truck produces a flaming variety of zombie who jumps out of the driver's seat. The T-virus is here too, apparently. Either that, or this guy isn't a zombie and is just a burn victim in need of immediate medical attention. It's hard to tell sometimes. Claire considers this and backs away from the burning zombie/burn victim, worried her knife may not be the best weapon for slashing something alive and on fire. But her worst fears come to life as the graves around her burst open with more reanimated corpses. Realizing they can't all be unfortunate burn victims, Claire decides to just dodge the zombies for now and runs through a nearby door, which leads her to a different section of the prison courtyard manned by guard towers.
God damn, that's a real fear of mine, that I'll see someone in serious need lurching toward me in the street, and I just mistake them for a zombie and club them to death with my purse. Then realize, like, oh, you weren't a zombie? Ah.
Well, silver lining, after you hit them with the purse, they need more medical attention, you know? So it's like they're just getting more of the thing they already needed. That's, kind of silver lining, right?
Yeah. I usually kill them, but you know.
Oh, okay. So they need more of the they need medical attention and a grave plot. Oh,
yeah, by purse, I meant claw hammer.
Oh, yeah. Right. Common mistake. Yeah.
I get everything mistaked.
Including the word mistaken.
I'm stupid dumb.
As she steps out, gunfire explodes in her direction from the tower, forcing her to take cover behind the aforementioned crashed truck. Fortunately, she finds a pistol on a dead body and uses it to return fire and even shatters the shooter's spotlight, forcing him to take cover and scream, Wait, don't shoot! His voice isn't that of a gruff guard like you might expect, and obviously like I had expected just now when I read that out, because it's no guard at all. It's a teenage freaking boy.
Yeah, dude, and he looks like he just got home from Warped Tour, too. And since when is going to Warped Tour a crime? Every time. It's always a crime. Stop going to it. It's sad.
I think it became a crime since Less Than Jake joined the lineup. Not because they suck. I don't know who they are. I just found them on a random list of bands that performed. But because they were wanted in 13 countries for war crimes is also part of that Wikipedia entry that I pretended to read. Yeah. Realizing neither of them are zombies, the boy comes down to talk to Claire. His name is Steve, and he drips with sad, rainy graveyard emo new metal energy.
So there were black-haired, pasty-faced white kids wearing studded chokers from Hot Topic in this graveyard. God damn, we nailed it.
We did. We nailed that together. High five. Well, not quite. I mean, this is just near the graveyard, not in this graveyard. Dummy.
Oh, shit, okay.
Also, probably unrelated to his fashion choices, he's a prisoner here. Probably. I don't know. It could be very related. He believes he can get to the nearby airport, find a plane, and get off the island. After the brief exchange, he moves to leave when Claire tells him to hold up, but he yells, "No thanks, lady. I don't want you following me. You'll just slow me down." Then he hikes a fence and leaves.
No thanks, lady. I already have long bangs over my eyes. It's hard enough for me to see where I'm going. I don't need you slowing me down.
Yeah, lady, I don't need you asking me a ton of questions about my sweet emo band t-shirt collection and slowing me down, okay?
yeah, lady. I don't need you following me around remarking about how my pants are a fair bit tighter than yours and causing me to slow down from your burdensome lady jealousy.
Yeah, lady, I just downloaded the newest Dashboards Confessional. That's right, downloaded. We do that now in this time in which this game takes place, and I want to listen to it without interruption, so I'm just gonna get going.
Listen, lady, I just told my mom this morning. I looked at her right in her fucking mom face. I said, no. When she asked me to take out the trash, I was like, no. And I'm not above telling a second lady no today, okay, lady?
Yeah, lady. Yeah. That's a new song I wrote, lady. Yeah. It's called Lady Yeah. And unfortunately, in the 90s, that will probably be a hit. What Claire should have done was shoot that bastard kid in the knee, huh? Now who's slowing who down?
Yeah.
Kid? Yeah.
Yeah, get his ass.
It's him slowing her down in case you didn't, because his knee was shot. After Steve leaves, Claire then wanders the nearby prison ground in search of ammo and medical supplies.
Two things prisons are known for having lying around, weapons and drugs. I like the way she thinks.
She faces off against a few lumbering zombies here and there, but nothing she hasn't seen before. Just standard, run-of-the-mill, everyday lumbering undead. She confirms her suspicions that she is in a South American prison when she finds a prisoner's diary in one of the empty cells and reveals evidence that the prison is somewhere on an island south of the equator. Good to know, especially if you're the type who likes to keep an eye on where the equator is at all times.
Yeah, and I am. Oh, man, stupid fucking equator. Just circling the Earth always, making it all hot in the middle and shit. Why aren't we talking more about this? We should be at war with this fucking thing. It's a terrorist.
If it were my call, I'd probably offer the equator a drink, like all friendly like. But surprise, that drink will be poisoned with ice. Yeah, equators hate ice. It's so cold.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah.
Take that, equator.
Yeah.
Then, some excitement. I should probably read that differently. Then, some friggin' excitement. A zombie hanging out at a nearby bunk springs to life and attacks Claire. Yeah, she surgically removes its brains with a single bullet to its meaty head, the way most surgeons do. She's lucky. This zombie was packing a machine gun. Oh, God. So Claire grabs it, of course, because she intends to put it to good use. Once back outside, she gets the feeling that something big and hungry lurks nearby. There's a growl from beneath a stoop where she stands, and as she makes her way around the corner of the porch, she sees one already dead zombie get dragged beneath the building.
Ooh.
She scurries past, hoping not to become another lunch zombie for whatever is hungry enough to eat nasty zombie ass.
I'd just drag more zombies over to it as a peace offering. I'd be like, I don't know who you are down there, but here's some more dead guys. Don't eat me.
You seem to like those. Here's one.
Here's another one.
Here's the third.
I fucked this one. You want it?
We call that, it's like a cream-filled dessert. Back inside the prison's administrative wing, Claire is forced to give up her weapons and anything metal into an automated security bin before she's allowed entry. Now she'll be defenseless.
I wonder how. I wonder how Steve gets in here later. Anything metal? What's he? He's putting all of his little CDs in there. They're like, none of this is metal, dude. None of it. Hinder is not metal.
So now she'll be defenseless, but decides it's worth it if she's going to get a chance to find a computer or some way to communicate out.
Right, and it's been days since she's checked her email, I bet. In 1998, you would go days. You maybe even go a month. You'd be like, oh, yeah, I got email. Let me go look at that. So she's like, it might be nice to get an update on the zombie attack, the zombie outbreak, because I subscribed to a newsletter about it. So maybe they got some updates. And then maybe look, is it going to rain? That's one thing you'd always look up. You go on excite.com, get a little bit of the weather, etc. Also, lots of prison files on that computer. And who doesn't love reading through all the juicy details behind someone's incarceration? I'd be in there for hours.
Hell yeah. Do you think she looked up MapQuest and then proceeded to print out those MapQuest directions so that she could find her way out of this town?
Yeah, she printed out the directions and then turned it over in the back and made her own map with pen.
Yeah.
She just needed the paper.
Yeah. And then she printed out reams and reams of guitar tablature for songs she will never learn how to play. Once inside the computer lab, Claire runs into Steve again. He's already messing around on the computers like he's playing solitaire, checking his emails, maybe, or updating his MySpace profile with emo statuses. Like, I don't know, give me a few.
Should I be happy that we're friends or sad because that's all we'll ever be?
Steve is wondering why society's so stupid all the time.
Here's one for 4:38 p.m. on Tuesday. Someone asked me if I missed you. I didn't answer. I just closed my eyes, walked away, and I whispered, so much.
Steve just realized that his matted bangs hanging over his eyes look like prison bars and has a new song idea about being in a prison cell. Verse 1. Yeah, 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 yeah.
But I really mean no.
That's in parentheses after the song title of Yeah, Yeah. Remember back in the 90s when we put lots of songs in parentheses at the end? I mean, it was good times. Yeah.
No.
No. Without turning to face her, Steve asks Claire if she's related to Chris Redfield. She affirms, yes, that's my brother. Steve tells her that Chris is under surveillance by Umbrella. Claire is surprisingly surprised by this and says she needs to let Leon know that maybe he can find a way to help her.
Which doesn't make a lot of sense. Like, hey, Leon, you know how Chris went to Umbrella to seek out more info on Umbrella? Yeah, well, Umbrella now watching him. So, wait, what do you mean no shit? Leon, that's rude. Like, of course they're watching him. It's not like we could go spy on the NSA and they're going to be like, hey, what's going on? They're going to be like, yeah, we saw you doing it.
Yeah. I like that they're from some stereotypical New York place. Yeah, we saw you doing it, okay? We saw that.
I've got so many different accents running through me right now. None of them are right.
I guess there isn't like an official NSA accent, so okay, that's probably accurate. You're right.
Hey, what the NSA? What are y'all doing? Hey, put that down. We can see you do that.
I sees you doing that stuff. Knock it off. Claire then hops on the World Wide Web to send Leon an email and to also ask Jeeves about the best way to dispose of an undead corpse. Not a zombie's, though. Probably Steve's. He sucks. Steve also tells her that the lat and long coordinates of the prison are stored on the computer, so she should go ahead and just, forward that to Leon as well.
Good call, Steve. I keep the lat and lot of my computer's location stored on Notepad at all times, and I keep the Notepad open.
Yeah, this must have been like before the invention of IP addresses. Yeah, but then after a long pause, he's like, psych! And he tells her there's no way Chris will come help them and mocks her for putting trust in others because they will just let you down. Steve, exhibiting very brooding, warped to her vibes, storms out and leaves Claire behind, bewildered, to which Claire mutters, damn, I wish someone had invented IP addresses already.
Yeah, damn. Interestingly, though, the whole time, Claire is saying she wants to reach out to Leon for help. But Steve says, Chris can't help, blah, yeah, blah. Did Steve really mean to say Leon? Because no one's emailing Chris. We can't find Chris. Chris is in hiding. God damn it, Steve. Why are you so good-looking, stupid, and sad? You're ruining everything.
In the next room is a 3D replicating device. You put material in it, and it will spit out a replica item. Why is this in a prison? No one's sure. There's some hocus pocus here, but Claire wisely uses it to forge a key that will get her out of the prison's front gate. Will she use this magic device to forge keys for any other locked doors she encounters here? Absolutely not. She then collects her guns from the security bin and braves the unknown. Getting to the gate won't be easy, as the number of zombies lurking around has steadily increased. And to make matters worse, we learn that the beasts feasting on the zombies under the porch earlier are actually a pair of zombified guard dogs. Claire wastes them and moves on.
Yeah, and the fucked up thing? She didn't even know they were zombified until after she old yellered them. That was just luck.
Once through the gate, Claire immediately learns she's not home free. The prison is only accessible via a bridge, and the rockfall has destroyed it. She'll have to take the long way around using a nearby staircase that spits her out between a military training facility on one side and a spooky mansion on the other. Which should we do first?
Military facility.
Nah, man. Dang. The correct answer was, in fact, the spooky mansion.
Dang it. I mean,
Yeah.
dang.
Claire's logic, I assume, being that there can't be like 2 zombie-infested mansions in a single game series, right? Come on.
Well, I mean, we've already encountered one completely functional helicopter, so I don't even know what to believe anymore, man.
That's a good point. Well, this mansion is not at all spooky from the outside. It's taken some damage from the recent barrage of military assaults on the island, and we don't know much about what that entails yet, but the inside of the mansion is mostly intact. Claire steps inside and begins the Resident Evil ritual of searching high and low for anything that will unlock the next door she comes to, and eventually she comes to a locked door on the 2nd floor. The door does not accept just any old key. Hell no. In fact, it only unlocks when a pair of guns are inserted into it, huh?
Jesus, who designed this? Barry Burton?
No. His signature lock design requires 2 guns and a butthole. A butthole on the verge of erupting, of course.
Wow, very specific. I bet that was a hell of a patent to get to, but he got it. The Barry Burton butthole barrier for doors that also require decorative guns to open. Hey, where's the advertisement guy?
I like that he had to talk to the dude filing that patent. He's like, okay, now it's important that it only requires a butthole that is seconds from diarrhea. Like, how could... Is there like a scanner we can build like to make sure that that's the case?
So you'll have to invent that too. You have to invent
Shit.
2 things now.
Ah, God damn it. All right, get out another piece of paper that I can write that patent on.
Also, Barry, you put the entire description in the title. We're going to have to ask you to move some of those words down to the next section. You can't call it the Barry Burton butthole barrier for doors that also require decorative guns to open. That's too many words.
That wouldn't be possible until years later when Wish.com was invented. And this is 1998. I mean, come on, this is the early days of the internets.
That's right.
Claire can't enter here yet, lacking the decorative guns.
Yeah, she's definitely armed with a butthole, though. No one worry.
Further down the hall, she finds a servant's diary. The servant talks of his master, Alfred, and how Alfred was tight-lipped about his romance with his own twin sister, Alexia.
Yeah, can you blame him? I wouldn't tell anyone that.
Yeah. The diary goes on to say that Alexia is extremely beautiful, and everyone is always talking about it.
Well, I mean, if she's hot, I mean, romance is a broad term. Who are we to judge?
Alfred is very protective of Alexia. No one is allowed near her, and no one has seen her except at a distance. Often, she can be seen sitting in the window in front of Alfred's house.
Well, Alfred, I gotta say, nothing suggests someone is banging their super hot sister like keeping her locked in a private house with you all the time and not letting anyone talk to her. I think the cat's out of the bag, pal.
I think it's weirder. Like, I'm still of the belief that maybe he's like lying, about this, because it's pretty creepy to be banging your sister. So I'm thinking, like, if you're gonna lie about having a girlfriend, like, don't make it creepy, right? Like make it normal. Like, do it like just every other normal person does, and just claim she goes to another school, so you don't know her,
Right.
And I mean, like, I could call her and like let you talk to her, but she's at home and she has a modeling job in Paris this evening, so it'd be hard to get a hold of her, So she's real though.
Yeah, I'm with you.
Yeah, and she's definitely not my twin sister. I swear to God for that part.
I also haven't spent a lot of time overthinking the best ways to hide the fact that I'm banging my hot twin sister either, Caleb.
What? No, I mean, if you met my sister, you'd be like, oh yeah, I could see why she goes to another school. I was going to say the part about the modeling thing, but that would just incriminate me more. So I got to, the other lie. In the next room, the Claire finds a museum of sorts. There's replicas of battle tanks, antique guns, and a sculpture of a giant ant. One of these things is not quite like the other. Claire notices a button near the giant ant and thinks to push it.
Yeah, I'd be afraid the goddamn thing would come to life and create a Honey, I Shrunk the Kids scenario. I don't think I'm pushing it.
Oh, you mean become this endearingly large ant that you keep as a pet and you feed pieces of oatmeal cream pie to, and it's delightful? Is that what you're afraid of?
Well, I was thinking... Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, the ant didn't shrink the kids, dummy.
I didn't
They had
realize
nothing
you were
to do with it.
so team ant in that movie. It was terrifying.
What? Auntie was a delight.
I mean, after you got to know him and you let you ride him, yeah, sure. But at first,
Oh, so you're just
first impressions are important.
in that situation, you would have just killed Auntie, not knowing that Auntie later would become an endearingly delightful little pet.
I'll say
That's
this:
fine.
there's a lot of ants. If we waste a couple learning a few things about them, that's
I suppose you're right. It is weird they only found one in that movie.
Right?
Anyway, we're probably being a little... I'm going on the wrong... This is not the path that this episode promised. Okay, let's revert. Let's do a 3-point turn. There we go. And up. No, the button doesn't trigger a Honey, I Shrunk the Kids situation. The button triggers a movie on the big screen in a room to start playing. It's an old, grainy film showing 2 blonde children, a boy and a girl, maybe preteen age, sitting together. The boy plucks a wing off a dragonfly and then places it in an ant farm. The ants immediately devour the helpless creature. The blonde twins watch on and then turn and smile at each other.
Man, it's one of my favorite scenes from My Girl.
At the conclusion of the short film, a secret door is revealed. I love the idea of a door whose lock is only opened after you watch someone's art film. Like you just hit...
I kind of want to make everything in my house accessible after you watch at least half of an S-Friend. They're short.
Even the bathroom door. Like, I really got to poop. Sorry, dude. You got to wait till you get to the part where, like, where I talk about, like, how the graphics are bad. You got to wait till that part. Mm-hmm. It's usually about halfway.
About halfway.
Inside is an armory of sorts. Maybe more of an antique arms collection, but Claire finds a pair of Luger handguns that catch her eye, and they are inlaid in gold and look like they'd fit nicely in a door locking mechanism that requires 2 guns and a butthole. I wonder where we've seen one of those in this mansion. She tries to take them, but a trap is triggered. The door slams shut and heaters kick on, converting this secret stash hole into a furnace. Claire puts the guns back and decides she's had enough. She's leaving this mansion. But when she gets to the front door, she hears a familiar voice cry for help. It's Steve!
Yeah, how do we know he was actually crying for help and not just yelling out lyrics to a Fall Out Boy song, though? How do we know?
It's impossible. We'll never know. Claire heads toward the screams, and wouldn't you know it, she finds herself back in the museum where Steve had fallen into the same trap, except he refuses to return the guns to the wall because he's a moron. Claire can see him on a computer monitor in the room, beating on the door, screaming like a bitch. She finds a way via the computer to deactivate the alarms and open the door to let Steve out, which is stupid. Let that emo prick burn, so all the burn fuel is used up, and then you can pry his roasted hands from the guns and take the guns. But no, Claire is stupid, okay? Once she deactivates the trap, Steve basically falls out of the room, the 2 Lugers in hand. Claire asks for the Lugers, needing them for that Barry Burton butthole security door from earlier, but Steve is not interested in handing them over and instead points them at Claire and says he'd trade her for something fully automatic. She hesitates, and Steve turns and runs out the door, Lugers in hand.
Dang, and she could hear him singing like a sad Paramore song in the distance as he fled. So pathetic. He hit a few of the notes. She was like, oh shit, doesn't sound that bad. Fuck him.
The acoustics in old mansions are pretty good for sad songs. Very
true.
Echoey, you know?
It's true.
Claire runs back out to the front hall, still convinced she should just leave the mansion altogether. Back in the front hall, however, she walks into a laser sight aimed at her head. Very convenient. The guy's just been standing there for hours with a gun pointed and a red laser sight, hoping some forehead had just breached that stream. Thank God it happened. He was about ready to fall asleep. Thinking fast, she dives to the side just as gunfire rings out. A near miss. She hides behind a pillar and sneaks a better look at the gun-toting maniac above her on the balcony. Is it Steve? No. It looks more like a Civil War reenactor in old-timey military gear. He shouts down, demanding that she identify herself, and he accuses her of letting herself be captured so she could lead her friends to this base. Claire is obviously bewildered by this.
Yeah, she doesn't have any friends. And if she did, she wouldn't have gone to Europe to find her stupid brother. She'd be enjoying wine night with the ladies and catching up on 90 Day Fiancé or something, doing something fun.
Very true. But the conversation continues.
You let yourself be captured so you could lead your people to this base.
I have no idea what you're babbling about.
You don't fool me. I am Alfred Ashford, commander of this base.
Oh? You must be one of Umbrella's lower-level officers if you're in command of a backwater base like this one.
How dare you! The Ashford family is among the world's first and finest. My grandfather is one of the original founders of Umbrella, Inc. Now tell me, why have you attacked this installation?
Attacked?
Shortly after you arrived, my base was attacked. You must have informed your people of its location.
I still don't follow you. I really don't know anything about that.
Unacceptable! How can you deny it? My base has been destroyed. And thanks to you, the experimental T-virus was released, creating countless zombies and monsters. Tell me, who do you work for? Who sent you? Have it your way, then. You're just a rat in a cage anyway. I'll be sure to keep you entertained before I dispose of you.
So the gunfire you heard there, that was him, Alfred, firing his gun toward the pillar she's behind. And I gotta say, Claire did not flinch. Ice cold veins. But so there, the guy shooting, we've met. Alfred Ashford, the one accused in the diary of holding that hot twin sister of his hostage in that shack. And he was likely the boy in the film who was plucking the wings off that dragonfly like an asshole. So apparently from that backstory and this interaction, Alfred is a bit of a piece of shit.
I think apparently from either or of those two things, Alfred's a piece of shit.
You combine them, he's a whole shit.
That's it. For real this time, Claire is out of here. Once outside, she runs around the side of the mansion that leads up to a water's edge. Here, she spots a contraption. She fiddles with it, as you do with contraptions, and suddenly a submarine rises to the surface and the door on top automatically pops open like a lid, just inviting her inside. Hey, come on in.
Yeah, why not, you know? I mean, how often do you just walk near water and a submarine pops up and opens the lid for you? I mean, that seems... It's like a limousine pulling up and then someone beckoning you. You look like you're getting in.
Yeah, that's what... Why else have a lid on a submarine unless to allow people inside of you?
Yeah. If I'm a submarine, that's why I got a lid.
That's why you chose the lid option when you were being made. This is not an ordinary submarine, though, obviously. I mean, first of all, it's sentient. I mean, we just established that.
It has feelings.
Yeah. It can't just zip around the sea all willy-nilly like you'd expect submarines to. I mean, it's very well established submarines, very quick vessels. You know, it's just a fancy water elevator that sends Claire straight down to a secret underwater seaport where some zombies are just chilling. There she finds a fueled-up cargo plane. This could be her way to escape, but to get to it will require some access proofs. She has one ID card, but she needs 2 more.
Also, the submarine... This blew my mind. The submarine sent us down to an underwater seaport. And I know you're a smart guy. You know how gravity works. You know water usually down. Mm-hmm. Once she's down there, plane... those go up. Those are up things. She went in a down thing, found an up thing. Wow. I don't understand how that's possible. Like, how do we see that? We saw the top of water, and then we went below that, and then we get down there, no water, plane. You know what? Let's just assume it's James Bond's plane. I'm sorry. We can move on.
All right, let's do that. She heads back out, past the mansion, past the prison, and toward the military base on the opposite side, thinking she'll find the access proofs she needs for operating the plane somewhere there.
Good call.
On the way, she's greeted by a giant worm straight out of Dune. Claire's, or straight out of my pants. There we go. It's still like worm size, but you know, like a big worm. Like, you know, after it rains, and there's like there are worms on the sidewalk, and you're like, that's pretty. I mean, for a worm, pretty big.
For a worm, you see the dick on this worm? Come here.
Not exactly what I meant, but I'll take it. Claire's not interested in doom worms right now, so she evades it and darts into the facility where it's presumably worm safe. She gets to the lab's experiment area, but it's locked down. Isn't all the areas in a lab the experiment area?
Yeah,
isn't that like why it's a lab?
Right, and isn't everywhere here locked down? Why is it always special when it happens? She's like, shit, must be locked down. It's all locked.
She's not a smart lady. So she gets to the lab's experiment area, but it's locked down for environmental reasons. Like giant worms in the loose and things like that. Just as she passes the lab's observation window, a man in a biohazard suit beats against it, desperate for Claire to rescue him. But instead, she just hopelessly watches something from behind him appear and smash his face off the glass.
Oh.
As he slinks to the floor, arms sound and a voice recording alerts that the area has been contaminated and will be locked down for ventilation. Claire flees, narrowly escaping the lab before she's sealed inside.
I don't know who that poor fucker was, but since he was here, I'm just going to assume he worked for Umbrella and deserved what he got. Make myself feel better.
Good. Meanwhile, Alfred has been lurking around this entire time and takes this opportunity to ambush Claire. Thankfully, his aim is off. I missed you on purpose because I promised my supermodel sister, who is real, okay, and also, like, the best with blowjobs, okay? I promised her that I wouldn't shoot any people anymore with my impressive trick shot capabilities that I definitely have, okay? And I'm a man of my word. I'm a taken man of my word.
I believed every word of that.
Good, because it was all truth. Armed with machine guns... He hesitated a bit on truth. He wasn't sure if that was the right word to land on. It was all... Wait, is it lies? No, I don't think it's lies, I want to say. I think it's truth. Aha! It's all truth.
Aha!
Armed with machine guns, she decides to chase after him, but quickly loses him. Inside one of the rooms she looks in, the door suddenly slams shut behind her, sealing her inside. A voice, Alfred's voice, rings out over a speaker in the corner.
Welcome, Claire. Consider the area you are in a special playground I have prepared just for you. Please try and keep me amused, and do not disappoint me by dying too soon. I so want to enjoy this.
In the next room, we meet what might have been the surprise Alfred was talking about. A new creature, one with an extendable arm with a reach of about 25 feet, and in these tight mansion spaces, that's not good.
Nope.
The creature looks almost metallic and liquid, while still looking flesh-like and zombified. Claire doesn't take much more time to study its composition and instead runs to try and create separation so she can get some shots off. The creature is agile, able to quickly move around the room with its long, sticky, extendable arm. She is finally able to take it down, eliminating the threat and using most of her ammo in the process. Alfred opens the door to the room remotely, and sensing the all clear, Claire attempts to walk through, but wouldn't you know it, a second long-armed, rubbery, metal flesh zombie is on the other side.
Dang it!
It grabs Claire's throat and squeezes. It's all over, until someone bursts through a window in the room, guns a-blazing.
Barry! Yes!
Yeah, we wish. No. It's just Sad Boy Steve.
Fuck!
But he does blast the creature in the back of the head with his dual-wielded Lugers, dropping it on the spot. That's pretty good.
Ooh.
Claire's safe now, and it's all thanks to one sad boy.
Oh, nice.
And then he follows it up with this delightful cringe fest. Listen to this.
Don't worry, Claire. Your knight in shining armor is here.
Oh, Jesus.
Pretty good, huh? The chime signifies the moment Claire remembers the guns he's holding are the ones needed to unlock the gun butthole door. She brushes off his advances and offers to trade her machine guns for his Lugers, and he agrees for some reason. I don't know, the Lugers that he have already, they just killed this monster where a machine gun just couldn't do that. It seems like Steve, he downgraded a bit. What an idiot.
Idiot.
Then the floor they're on descends downward because apparently they were on a freight elevator and didn't even realize it.
Wow. Wouldn't life be more fun if sometimes you were just on a freight elevator and didn't realize it? Like 1 second you're in the produce section investigating like the firmness of a tomato. Next thing you know, boom, you're on your way down to wherever freight hangs out. That's pretty sweet.
No, that's not. That sounds awful. That sounds awful. We're not going to explore that any further, but that sounds terrible. Especially if you really wanted a tomato and maybe something that was adjacent to the tomato and you didn't yet have time to grab that thing. And now you're away from it. You're getting further and further from the other thing you wanted.
But now you're just hanging out with freight. That's pretty cool. Hey, what's up, freight?
I get I guess it's true. I guess, yeah, find one. If it's like freights full of like mannequin arms, you could high five the hell out of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds okay. I'm on board. And I have no choice in the matter. I have to be on board because I'm stuck on this elevator. Steve goes on ahead, machine guns in tow, and clears the area of lurching zombies. He lets Claire know it's clear, and it's clear, man! And she catches up to him. Steve makes the case to her that he's trustworthy. He has her back. Then he contradicts himself by saying people can't be trusted, but guns can. Weird. Claire is befuddled and wonders if he's reciting lyrics he's heard of off a Stained album. Probably. Are you on the outside looking in too, man? Oh, I totally get it. She asks him why he's even here. Where's his family? Steve, being a pathetic loser, just yells that he doesn't feel like talking about it and then shoots at the wall.
God.
Now he's embarrassed himself and scampers off to a nearby elevator to sulk further. Claire timidly follows. Now, the audio of this whole exchange is just too good not to include.
Steve, what were you doing here? Who brought you here, and where is your family?
Shut up! I don't want to talk about it!
Steve.
Never mind. Let's get going.
God, he sucks. And he wasted so much ammo.
Later on, the two are running across a balcony inside a garage when it gives way, dropping them both to the floor below. A piece of rubble falls on Claire's leg, trapping her to the ground. A zombie rises and staggers toward Claire. She yells for Steve to deal with it. Steve turns to look, but instead of filling it full of machine gun bullets, he just stands there, frozen, like the moron he is. Claire yells for him to shoot, but Steve is just rocking a full Mitch McConnell. He's frozen with stupidity. The zombie turns its attention to Steve and lurches his way. Steve backs away slowly, now frantically screaming. Claire continues to yell at him to shoot it, but he doesn't. The zombie changes course again, apparently interested in the loudest screamer. It moves dangerously close to Claire, who is trapped by the debris. The zombie is right up on her, bending down to nom on her soft skull when finally Steve screams, "Father!" and unloads both of his machine guns into the zombie until the clip is empty.
Well, I mean, I guess that does put some of that emo boy sadness into perspective, but God, now we'll never hear the end of this. Like, wah, I murdered my dad. Like, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, and then, to make it even more hilarious, he falls to his knees and wails like a bitch.
My dad.
Good one. In the next scene, he's gotten himself together. Oh, that's good. It's probably been a little over half an hour since he murdered his dad, or however long it takes to listen to a full Taking Back Sunday album.
Jeez, who knows?
He tells Claire about his father, who used to be an Umbrella employee, but was stealing information and selling it to the highest bidder. Better than the second highest bidder. Good business sense, this guy. Umbrella caught him killing his mom and sent Steve and his dad to prison.
I do love the idea of him always selling it to the second highest bidder, no matter what.
Yeah, it's like
too good to be true.
Yeah,
I go for the one down.
I would like it if both bidders were in the same room, so that the highest bidder could like be totally befuddled. Like, what?
Wait, what?
But I have more money for you. Is that I got into this for the money. I didn't get into this for all the money, you know?
Yeah, you got to get close to the line without going over, man. You know, it's like a weird golf thing. Anyway, I was thinking, why wouldn't they just kill all three, like all of them, like Steve, his mom, and his dad, instead of just his mom? Like, if you're going to kill the innocent mother, what's the point of keeping the other two alive?
See, I'm going to guess, the secret ingredient in the T-virus is sadness, right? Oh. So yeah, Steve and others like him are simply sacks of sadness that are milked to make zombies. Again, just a guess.
Okay, all right. Tear milking. Okay.
Yeah. Steve resents his father for putting them all in danger like that. Claire pats him on the shoulder, tells him to get some rest, and leaves. She figures he'll mourn for at least the length of a Warped Tour, which is to say, probably the entire fucking weekend.
I mean, how can you own so many hemp necklaces and pairs of Vans and still be so sad, you know? You got it made.
Over the next while, Claire wipes out zombies on her way through the buildings and finds a few important items. One is the Ashford family crest. Another is Alfred's personal keycard that gives her access to almost every door inside the base. A grenade launcher. And finally, she comes across that medicine for Rodrigo, who's been bleeding his guts out for hours now.
Oh, yeah. Rodrigo. I remember him. from before.
Yeah.
And you know what else gives you access to almost every door inside the base? That fucking thing that prints keys from earlier. That thing would be great.
Yeah. If only there were one of those in this game. Eventually, she reaches a security monitoring room with several active screens. There's even a key here for the cargo plane and some information about a creature called an albinoid, which is a salamander with a hefty dose of T-virus.
Ooh.
And probably has a huge wang, like those earthworms I talked about earlier. It can apparently generate electric shocks when it attacks. Now, there's no telling how many of those are lurking around here. Poking around in a nearby lab, Claire finds a painting on a wall of a skeleton. She likes it and thinks it will look great on her office back at home, so she just stashes it in her pack. Just kidding. It's not clear why she takes it, other than she thinks it's interesting. I don't know. But then a baby albinoid bursts out of a tank and an alarm rings out. Claire is startled, but before she can react, it shoots down one of the ventilation shafts. Great. Now we're going to be stalked by an electric lizard.
Damn it.
That seems like a lateral movement from everything else we've been stalked by. Other baby albinoids emerge, and Claire decides to leave this room with her stolen painting before things get worse.
I know. I am always, honestly, one electric lizard away from putting back my stolen goods. Every time. 1 second, you're in the produce section, plotting to steal a really firm tomato. Next thing you know, an electric lizard jumps out of your freight elevator, causing you to put it back and sprint right out of Kroger. Am I alone?
No, that's a typical thing that happens to everyone. I love to imagine Claire like running with this giant painting and like having trouble getting through doorways in the way that dogs who are carrying long sticks can't quite do. Donk. And she doesn't quite have the brain power to like turn it sideways, and she just keeps fucking trying
it. That's amazing.
Thankfully, though, the stolen painting does come in handy fairly soon. See, back in the storeroom, the one where she found the Ashford family crest, she finds a puzzle. Well, sort of. I mean, there's like an outline on the wall of where a painting used to be. So she hangs the painting, and then a nearby wall opens up a secret passageway, leading to an elaborate diorama of the facility she's in and a golden key.
Wow.
Which kind of leads me to wonder, if there was an outline of a painting on the wall, that means the painting had been there for a long time because dust and dirt gathered up around it. So was this secret passage just by default always open? So it really wasn't that much of a secret.
Not a secret. And would any painting have worked, or just specifically the skeleton one? Is it a weight factor? I don't know. Who knows?
Oh, yeah. No one knows. So now with the golden lugers, a golden key, Alfred's passkey, and the Ashford crest, Claire reckons she has enough puzzle pieces to solve just about any fucking door riddle coming her way back at the mansion. So she leaves the base and makes her way back over to the mansion proper, probably over-encumbered and suffering some sort of stamina problem in this game because of it.
That's right. But I gotta say, I do appreciate she's lived through enough Resident Evil games by this point. She knows to pocket everything with that just-in-case attitude.
Yeah.
I got my butthole. I got keys. I got what I need. I can get through most doors.
Once back inside the mansion, she heads through the decorative Luger butthole doors to Alfred's private office and uses his computer to unveil another secret passage. This one leading to a second spooky house on a nearby hill. Talk about a secret reveal. Most times you expect like a moving bookcase to unveil a little room with a stockpile of goodies, not a whole ass house.
Yeah.
As she makes her way up the steps along the hillside toward the house, lightning streaks across the sky, and a wicked witch-like laughter of a woman rings out through the open air and echoes across the island.
Oh shit, it's Bette Midler. That'd have been nice.
This house is a big departure from the other environs thus far. It's reminiscent of something out of Dracula, with gothic architecture, lots of bats flying around, and old books and dolls scattered everywhere. In the center of the foyer is a giant doll dangling from a chandelier. That's right, it's called chandelier. We established that in Tales lore already. Almost all of the furniture is child-sized. It becomes apparent this must be the house where Alfred kept his sister.
Yeah. And as far as hostage homes go, this is not bad. This is not bad at all.
I mean, it almost makes up for all that brother fucking me stuff, you know?
Right? It's better than most Airbnbs I've paid good money for.
And those don't come with your sister. Boo. And speaking of Alfred's sister, on the second floor, Claire can hear two people talking. One is obviously Alfred, and the other is a female voice we can assume is his sister, Alexia. Alexia asks Alfred what is taking so long, and he shouldn't be taking so long just because a little girl is in his way, obviously referring to Claire. Alfred says he knows what's at stake and intends to raise Alexia to the position of leader once again in the Ashford family and return it to its former glory. At one point, Alexia actually glimpses Claire peeping through the door's window, and goes to look. Claire hides. Alexia assumes she's imagining things. Alexia then disappears out of sight.
Weird. So she's real.
Claire sulks around the second floor, careful not to run into either twin, and finds a few important-looking keys in each of their bedrooms. Inside Alexia's room was a music box that is locked and cannot be opened. Dang it, bang it!
Bang, dang.
She then runs back out to the mansion proper to try out her new keys. She makes her way around, opens a few doors, murders some zombies, fights a few of those extended armed rubber guys, and even comes across a private casino where Alfred apparently goes for fun.
Well, I thought he went to his sister's house for fun, but how does a private casino work? I thought the fun of that required the participation and money of other patrons in order to kind of be fun.
Hey, man, you can never lose at your own private casino. You can't win either, sure, but like you can't lose. Later, Claire comes across a document called the Hunks Report. And to our astonishment, it's not a list that includes either of our names.
Honestly, I was appalled by that.
In fact, there are no hunks at all. No, it's just a note to Alfred updating him on the delivery of a mysterious frozen capsule.
Likely a human-sized capsule for fitting a human inside of. I'm winking right now. I read ahead.
Later, she comes to a sort of shrine room where past leaders of the Ashford family have been memorialized. In an area honoring the current leader is a painting of a 12-year-old Alfred, but the inscription beneath tells the onlooker to find the family's real master. Oh boy! A puzzle, yeah! Once solved, the picture of Alfred rotates and reveals a picture of adult Alexia. Beneath that is an ant-shaped key that looks like it will fit the music box in Alexia's bedroom perfectly.
So Alexia is the real leader, but she's a hostage? Okay, some plot MSG to thicken this stew.
Instead of going straight to the bedrooms to try out some fresh new keys, first, since she has an Ashford crest or two and knows of a few doors she can unlock, Claire heads toward the prison's medical facility, which, as you might guess, is lousy with criminals. Also, they are zombies, of course.
Ah, damn.
Claire murders them, no problem, but just uses so much dang ammo, and ammo is precious, even here at a military base, somehow. She then finds a hospital room where one of the zombies is a doctor, and he's just munching on all them patients who have been trapped in their beds.
Yeah, you could argue that he's setting them free, though. You know, he's being a good doctor.
I'm sure he would argue that. Claire pays it forward and blows his brains on the wall. Turns out the doctor was of the evil sort, even in life, as he had been set loose by Alfred to conduct whatever experiments he desired on those prisoners. Claire would have become one of them, no doubt.
Oh, damn.
Inspecting the doctor's coat reveals a glass eye he had stashed in his pocket.
Huh. Now, was it his lucky glass eye that he kept around for good fortune?
No, I don't know. Well, maybe. Do you think maybe like he left it in there and like 5 years later he reached into his jacket pocket and he was like super surprised? He was like, jackpot, glass eye. This is awesome. I'm going to trade this in and have unexpected Mr. Gunsetz for lunch. I was not expecting this. Yeah. If it was lucky, it also served double duty as a key to an anatomical dummy in his office, which opens yet another secret passage. Here, Claire finds lots of things worth keeping secret, like antique torture devices and massive pools of blood. Amidst all the vile accoutrements, she finds a roll of piano music inside an Iron Maiden. Assuming this could be the piano tabs for, some of the band's more popular works, like The Number of the Beast or Power Slave. She pockets it, and gets the fuck out of there.
Hell yeah, dude. I would love an interlude with some actual Maiden in the background while Claire just fucks up zombies. Steve would probably ruin it, though, by turning up the used too loud or some shit, which is any loud. Any loud would be too loud. We're being hard on the emo bands tonight, but Steve did this.
Steve already proved that he doesn't keep metal on him. So, he's anti-Iron Maiden, of course.
Ugh, yeah.
Eventually, Claire remembers Rodrigo, the guy she left about 9 hours ago to bleed to death after she weakly promised to try and find him medicine. She has some medicine burning a hole in her pocket, and she figures, he could probably still use it, I guess. And if he's already dead, the chances of her finding a key on him that could open yet another secret passageway in this godforsaken place seems like pretty good odds.
A lot of secret passageways, yeah.
So, she heads that way, and wouldn't you know it, Rodrigo is still alive, but boy, is he grumpy. As soon as she walks in, he pulls a gun on her, which is to be expected since, zombies and whatnot.
Sure, I ain't mad.
She gives him the medicine, and he thanks her, but he doesn't want further help. She decides to leave her lighter with him, a gift from her brother. Rodrigo, sensing a budding lifelong friendship, as short as his life may be, gives her some lockpicks and tells her to get the fuck out of here. She does. Those are the actual words in this 1990s game. It's weird. She does get the fuck out of here, and then she leaves the prison to head back to Alfred's mansion.
Yeah, lockpicks though. Like, bitch, I've been using paintings. I've been poking at ants. I got family crests. I got guns to unlock doors. You know what I had to do with my butthole a minute ago? You think lockpicks are going to do a goddamn thing? She should have just let him die like the rotten pizza umbrella shit that he is. That's how I feel about it.
No, I see it as the lockpicks could have avoided her having to do all that butthole stuff. I mean, that's what lockpicks are. They are meant to go around to circumnavigate locks, right? So I think she should have brought the medicine to him directly, gotten the lockpicks right away, and then not had to spread cheeks on various dual gun locks.
I mean, that's a pretty good theory. I was thinking like you'd have to have like a butthole shaped lockpick or something.
Oh, a butt pick.
That's where I'm missing out. Okay, I see what you mean.
You gotta get a butt pick.
Okay.
So what happens next is, well, it's weird. As Claire approaches the front steps of Alfred's mansion, someone behind her says her name.
Greetings. You must be the lovely Claire Redfield.
Who are you?
Let's just say that I'm a ghost, coming back to haunt your dear brother.
Wesker?
It seems there's not much explaining to do, is there? I was the one who attacked this island. Who'd have thought you'd be hanging about? All the better for me. Now that the cat dragged in this nice surprise, your ever so caring brother will definitely show up. I must thank you for being such good bait.
I don't know what went on between you two, but you have him all wrong. My brother is not the kind of person you think he is.
I despise Chris.
What are you gonna do to him?
Oh, how your brother will weep to see you die. What? What is it? Stay there. I'm coming. It appears you may be of some further use to me. I'm going to let you live a little longer.
In the midst of that, you can hear a struggle. Wesker takes Claire to the ground and pins her there for a bit, and then when he leaves, he jumps over the wall like he's a goddamn Power Ranger or some shit, and disappears into the darkness.
Wow.
Claire collects herself, wondering what that was all about, and heads into the mansion to kill some zombies and solve some puzzles like she had planned.
Yeah. Wesker literally flat-foot jumped about 12 feet in the air. And as my mom would say whenever anyone did anything extraordinary, he's on something.
Yeah. Well, what do you think? What do you think was on? Was it like B-bombs? You know, Black Beauties, Bombita, Brain Ticklers? You think Dexies, French Blues, Goofballs, Horse Heads, In-Betweens, LA Turnarounds, West Coast Turnarounds, Stank Biscuits, Lid Poppers, huh? Road Dope, Snaps, Snow Pallets, Sparklers, TR6s, Wiffle Dust. Which one do you think? I mean,
dude, all of them, all mixture. Holy shit.
So that list of slang terms for amphetamine was brought to you by the July 2018 DEA Intelligence Report titled Slang Terms for and Code Words, a reference for law enforcement personnel. Well, except for one of those terms. Hey, Travis, you want to guess which one I made up?
Oh, I'm trying to think back what you said. Was it the LA turnarounds?
Nope.
Sparklers?
Nope. Mm-mm.
One
more.
Horse heads?
No, man. I'm glad the one I made up just camouflaged itself right there. Stank biscuits. I don't think stank biscuits are. That's not a thing you'd want. You know, if someone's like, "Hey, man, you want some goofballs?" I'd be like, "That sounds fun."
I've had stink biscuits.
Oh, you've had to let you leap over 12 feet in the air, or was it more like it made you wash your sheets in the morning?
I don't know, but I couldn't get that stripper to leave for like 3 nights. That was her name.
Her name was Stank Biscuit. It was your fault for hiring the stripper named Stank Biscuits. That's kind of on you.
Yeah.
Once she finds a home, she's not leaving, you know?
She neighed like a horse, and I tell you, she's pretty fun. Yeah, she's pretty fun.
Claire gets back to Alfred's rec room with a casino in it, fits the Iron Maiden piano roll into the piano he keeps there, and to her surprise, it's just shitty elevator piano music and not run to the hills or hallowed be thy name.
Massive boner kill, dude.
Yeah, it wasn't that one either. That was one of their lesser-known hits. The good news is that it unlocks a secret panel on one of Alfred's slot machines, and a key falls out, and she recognizes it as another music box key from their bedrooms. She'll have to head back to the house on the hill where she saw Alexia, then enter their respective bedrooms with the music box keys, just to find out what these two weirdos are hiding.
Yeah, I'm going to guess locks of each other's hair. That's just my guess.
Yeah. And in what shared DNA orifice are they hiding said locks of hair, do you think?
Ugh. Ear?
Ew, gross. Oh, gross. I thought you were just going to settle with butthole again, but ear? Ugh. Turns out, when each music box is engaged, they work as keys themselves that open yet another secret passage.
God damn.
This one presenting itself as a ladder that drops down in Alfred's bedroom. Up the ladder is a wicked merry-go-round with just 2 horses on it.
A 2-horse merry-go-round would have to be the most awkward thing to fucking be on. Just locking eyes with the other person on the other horse as you go in a circle for about a minute at a time. I don't know. It just feels weird. I don't know. It's awkward.
So in your mind, these 2 horses are on opposite ends of the circle.
Yeah.
And you're like staring across. See, when you said locking eyes, I'm thinking like there's 2 horses. They're one right in front of the other, and one of them's like turned around, so they are facing each other. So you got all this negative space on the rest of them.
I love that too.
Yeah, and those 2 horses, because they're both on one side or one very specific spot, also the merry-go-round is slightly tilted. It's just so from afar it looks even sadder, you know?
And I bet it just makes it like a rusty like hee-her noise. It's just struggling to make it through up that like second ellipse.
There are other toys in here, giving it a real unsettling vibe. There's a golden dragonfly on a chair and a painting of an ant on the wall. Whether Claire remembers the movie she saw from earlier of the kids torturing the dragonfly, or she herself is just a weirdo, she plucks the wings from the dragonfly and puts them on the ant's mouth. To everyone's surprise, including ours and Claire's, this starts up the merry-go-round, which allows her to now access a ladder to ascend even further.
Man, and how do you explain that feature to the contractor? And I love a good contractor bit like,
All right. Let me get this straight. You want a 2-person merry-go-round in here, but the only way to start it, you plucking wings off this dragonfly pendant. You're going to hold it near the mouth of an ant on this here painting. And instead of the merry-go-round doing merry-go-round shit, rounding merrily and whatnot, you want it to unveil a secret ladder that takes you up even further in this fucking pedo ring nightmare you invited me to.
Yes.
Well, okay, I mean, that'll be about $8,000 with labor. We could probably get started on it next Wednesday or maybe a Tuesday after that, sometime in December.
And the top level is a study with several science books on biology, chemistry, and genetics. Real nerd shit. Also, given the relationship of these 2 kids, real incest shit. Biology,
Right?
Genetics, some little chemistry, you know what I'm saying?
It's like they read the books to see if they were incest. They're like, damn, this one says yeah as well. Shit. Try chemistry. Maybe it's different in there. Like, it doesn't really mention much, to be honest.
A newspaper clipping on the wall talks about how Alexia graduated college with top honors as a 10-year-old. She was offered the job of head researcher by Umbrella. One of the bookshelves has Alfred's diary, and in it is some really weird shit. Travis, tell us what it reads.
Alexia, my sister, is a genius and possesses unmatched beauty. She is everything to me. I would overcome any obstacle and be willing to risk my life for her. Oh, for Alexia, I must revive the glorious Ashford family which fell during the era of my father, Alexander. Together we will restore our family name. Once that has been achieved, I'll build a palace where only nobles may gather. I cannot allow the unwashed to see my dear Alexia, to whom my life is devoted. She reigns the world as queen, with I as her servant. That is my dream, and how sweet it will be. Those accomplishments will be the proof of my love toward Alexia. It is the purpose of my existence. All other people are meaningless, and they shall soon prostrate themselves before Alexia and I. Devoted to my beloved Alexia, Alfred Ashford, incestuous man. Sorry, I'm gonna erase that last part. That might have been too forward. I'll just put Alfred.
It's weird that he also wrote all of those internal thoughts on that letter as well, instead of just erasing it.
I'll leave the rest.
Dear reader, if you're still reading this ongoing monologue, please back up a few words and kind of ignore that this is here. I'm writing this in a time before erasers, I think. It's all just ink. So if you could do that, it'd be great. Claire is grossed out, understandably, but decides to keep the diary because someone else really should see this shit. She also sees that it is hiding a key, the last key for the cargo plane. Hell yeah!
Hell yeah.
At this point, I'm beginning to think this house has more keys than bricks and wood. Anyway, now she can escape this West Virginia sibling banging nightmare. West Virginia, that's where Travis lives, West Virginia.
Southwest Virginia. It's different.
It's not state. It's just West Virginia, dummy.
Yeah, well, I'm in the Virginia
Obviously,
one.
you're from West Virginia.
No.
I don't even know what state you're in.
I'm in Virginia.
Yeah, the west of it. Claire heads back down the ladder.
I
only
don't
to be
fuck my sister.
Sorry. I just felt I needed to say it loud.
Yeah, not anymore.
I mean, I would. I don't.
If given the opportunity.
It's not legal here.
Claire heads back down the ladder only to be snuck up on by Alexia? Yeah. And she's holding Alfred's rifle, which in this case is actual rifle, not a euphemism. And she does not seem willing to entertain guests. She says she must kill Claire for the pride of the Ashford family and fires a shot while standing 3 feet from Claire. Oh, it's so sad to see Claire go in this way.
Oh.
Wait, what's this? Oh no, she just ducks. She ducks.
You know how fast she can fall, dude.
That's true. There's precedent here. So somehow Alexia misses. I don't know. Alexia closes in though, poised not to miss a second time. But then our knight in shining armor arrives once more. Steve kicks in the door, yells, "What's going on?" All bitch-like, and startles Alexia, who was as taken aback as we were that Steve did something brave, and with a voice that sounds like that. That's interesting. Gunshots are exchanged, cordially, I might add. Alexia escapes into Alfred's bedroom.
Oh man, that whole. It was like 8 seconds of that game. It was like, what the fuck is happening?
Steve must have landed a shot as he and Claire are able to follow a trail of Alexia's blood into the next room. They creep onward and see the trail end at a blonde wig on top of Alfred's music box. Claire picks it up, probably to sniff it.
Yeah, I do that too. I always want to smell wigs.
Yeah, same. Anyway, she picks it up for a hearty sniff, but just then Alfred jumps down from above and tries to smash Claire's head in with the butt of his rifle. Luckily, she dodges. And as Alfred prepares for a follow-up swing, Steve lets out a whiny grunt as he kicks. That was a slow kick. Alfred across the room. Oh, yeah, he kicks out. Sorry. I gave you time for the in it.
So long.
So anyway, after the the done, listener, okay. So he kicks Alfred across the room and then pins him down at gunpoint.
Yeah, even when Steve is doing things that help us, he does it in the most cringe way possible.
Alfred, looking a lot like he's wearing makeup on his face, gets to his feet and sees his reflection in the bedroom mirror and thinks, "Oh my God, is that makeup?" He starts screaming and wailing and runs. Steve lets him go and says what we were all thinking.
Wait a second. What just happened?
Yeah, what the hell was that?
I don't know. Thinking back to the conversation she listened in on between Alfred and Alexia earlier, Claire realizes she only saw Alexia. She didn't see Alfred. She concludes there never really was an Alexia in the room, and the reason Alfred goes through such lengths to hide her is because he thought he was her. Steve is weirded out.
What? He thinks he's two people? Let's get out of here.
I don't know why I made him kind of Australian, but it's like as if the zombies and everything else was fine, but a demented pervert who thinks he is his own twin, formerly hostage, unaccounted for sister is a step too far. I mean, I kind of agree. Let's get out of here, but I don't know if that's worse.
Escaping is a good plan, and it's helped further by the fact that Alfred has just triggered the base's self-destruct system via remote control. Their impending doom is now on a timer.
Uh-oh.
Back outside, Steve and Claire watch planes fly overhead and assume that there's other survivors. They know they need to get out of here too and head toward the cargo plane stored in the underwater airport. The self-destruct alarm continues to blare throughout the compound, even inside the submarine elevator that takes them down to the plane. Claire uses her keys to unlock the plane and they board. Steve hops into the pilot seat and starts flipping switches to get it going, but realizes there is a maintenance bridge blocking the path. Claire volunteers to get back off the plane and go raise the bridge while Steve continues to flip switches and shit as if he knows what he's doing.
Yeah. And I've bought into a lot of nonsense in this game, but Teenage Steve being able to fly an underwater plane, that's a tough one to swallow.
Mm-hmm. Claire runs across the bridge and upstairs to a control panel, fending off a few straggler zombies as she goes. Once the bridge is raised, she heads back toward the plane and makes a few side stops along the way to check for health and ammo in storage rooms when suddenly the alarm shifts tone and a voice rings out over the loudspeaker, a woman's voice that announces it is officially 5 minutes from detonation.
Like, 5 minutes? This thing has been sounding for at least 20. I thought there was way less time than that left. Thank you.
Pretty generous. Yeah, I'm cool with it.
Nice.
We then see it is actually Alfred dressed as Alexia, and speaking in her voice, he swears revenge on Claire, slaps a few buttons, and then punches a large foreboding red button. We then see a storage tank labeled T-078 open, and a humanoid creature steps out. It's a pale white figure, muscular, with hammer-like arms and various spikes protruding from its body. Looks like we're about to meet the hottest new tyrant that just dropped.
Still no dick, though. I guess it doesn't need one, but wouldn't it be nice to see one? Aren't we all kind of looking there when he's on screen? We're like, let me see. Wait, no dick?
With time counting down, Claire runs toward the boat, but is knocked down by a nearby explosion. The tyrant steps in front of her, and Claire unleashes a barrage of firepower at him, enough to make him collapse, at least for the moment. She jumps over him and sprints back toward the submarine elevator. As this trip to fix the bridge has created quite a detour around the compound, Steve is quick to chide her over taking her time. He even admits he was starting to worry. You know, like a bitch does.
Yeah, I was in here I was all flipping buttons and stuff, and you weren't even here to watch. I murdered my dad.
Then, just as you might be expecting a twist that would prevent the plane from leaving this zombie-infested and soon completely exploded stronghold of evil, the plane, surprisingly, just floats up to the surface, and, they get into the air without any issue. Yeah, and the two have kind of a touching moment.
We made it! Yahoo!
Ugh, it's finally over.
Claire, I'm sorry. I know I caused a lot of trouble for you.
No, it's okay. It was hard for both of us.
Well, I really hope you find your brother. I know what it's like to be alone.
Oh, Steve.
So, where should we go now? I can take you anywhere you want to go, Claire.
I hear Hawaii's nice this time of year.
You got it!
Roll credits, huh? Well, not for Code Veronica X, but we'll roll them here for this episode. Also, who the fuck is Veronica?
We don't know yet.
Nope.
We don't know who that is.
That's
Still a secret. Probably underwear.
It's probably somebody. It's probably a character in the game. It's probably.
It'll be referenced at some point, I'm sure.
I hope.
I don't know. We might do the rest of the game. I don't know. How you feel about it so far? You think we should keep going?
Well, it's one hell of a cliffhanger. We just like no one ever knows why it's Code Veronica. It's a bad translation. It was called Code Claire in Japan, and for some reason localizers are like, nah, let's go with Veronica.
Yeah, they're like, it's not. We want to keep it unclear as to what we're talking about. Hey, Japan and their puns on English names.
Yeah, they love English puns that they can understand for sure.
Yeah, but it is a good cliffhanger because it seems like everything's all right.
Yeah,
but it's not.
This should be the end of their journey,
right? It was like a 90-minute podcast, damn near. Typically, that's a game. Mm-hmm. But we got a lot more to go. At the beginning, when we said that this is one of the thicker, juicier Resident Evils, I read that before I jumped into this, and I was like, looking at the Let's Plays and the walkthroughs and stuff, and I had some experience playing the game. I was like, it can't be that long. We've done longer games. I don't know that we have. This is so dense. We'll get through it.
Yeah. That's us as people who create enjoyable content for you guys to listen to. Our mantra is, we'll get through it.
We'll get through it. One day. Yeah.
Probably. Maybe. In parentheses.
I mean, so far so good, though. I mean, we haven't killed off anybody important yet, so you get more Claire, who honestly isn't much of a character here. You get a lot of Steve, though. Mm-hmm. Steve, there's more Steve to come.
Man, I cross my fingers for a Steve spinoff. I don't know. I don't want to put ideas in Capcom's head. They're the geniuses, but come on, Steve spinoff. Let's do it.
Well, what would a Resident Evil Steve spinoff? What would be the subtitle of Steve's game?
Code harmonica? No.
It's just sad bluesy harmonica.
Yeah. I think Code harmonica. Resident Evil. Yeah.
Yeah. No.
God.
Well, this is usually the time when we reflect back on the game, but I don't know that I want to.
Not yet.
No,
we're not done yet.
We don't got a game to reflect on. We only have the opening act to reflect on.
That's right. So, folks, that's going to do it. That's going to conclude another episode of Tales of the Lesser Medium. And be sure to subscribe because you're going to want to know what happens next. You do want to know. So go ahead and subscribe so that when the next episode of this series drops, you get it.
And if you would, please be so kind to review us. You made it all the way to this friggin' part of the episode. We make this and we barely are conscious for this part of it. So if you're listening to it right now, that means that you must have enjoyed it. So please review the podcast. That'd be great. Go to Spotify or go to iTunes or go to some other site. Make your own review site and then review us. That'd be cool, but you don't have to do all that.
You can be as cool as Goov24 was back in July, who left a 5-star and said, "The best. My favorite of the Polymedia Empire. Caleb and Travis's mind vomit keeps me laughing for the duration. I can't recommend this show highly enough." And if you've made it this far, you already knew that, but you can convince more people by leaving your own.
Yeah, and that's what we do. We aim to get you to laugh for the duration, and that's it.
Don't laugh anymore after this. After this is over, you better get sad like Steve.
If you start thinking about this episode later in life and grin, even so much as grin, ooh, I'm coming after you.
Yeah.
Sorry. What you should do, though, also, is reach out to us on Twitter. Why not? You can reach out to us at Tales Lesser on Twitter or X. Either one. You can choose one of those two and reach out to us on there and do that. You can also reach out to Trav Plays Games on either of those two entities. You can't find me there anymore. I'm no longer on Twitter, but I am on other places. And if you find someone named Caleb J. Ross, all one word, that's probably me. That's probably me. Go ahead and tell me how cool I am.
Yeah, I'm also scantly on Twitter. But I am on Instagram as Trav Plays Games. So you can find me there. I do stuff there sometimes.
That's cool. That's where he posts all his comedy ha-has.
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah. And then also, head on over to the subreddit, the r/Polymedia, and talk about this episode. That's a cool place. Podcasts don't have comment section. That's like the comment section for podcasts. Go over there, start a thread, start a conversation. It'd be really fun.
Yeah, it would be. Do that. You can also send us an angry email about anything we got wrong to polykillpodcast@gmail.com. We've never received one of those yet, so please, be angry. Send something. You can also go to polymedianetwork.com. We got way more podcasts. If you can imagine that, we got an empire. That's what Goof said. And then we got to shout out Brad Sucks for our sweet intro and outro theme. Brad sucks, but he does it.
Thank you so much for listening.
And the tale has been told.